Hello everyone, welcome to live at Event and Tech Show 2020. A quick recap that there are two ongoing challenges in this Event and Tech Show. One of which is the photo challenge using the virtual photo booth in the interactive and demo zone. Snap a quick photo of you enjoying the various experiences on ETS to stand a chance to win a very cool t-shirt. I've uploaded my picture, what about you? This is brought to you by Ubersnap, and next up, we will have the brain behind this virtual photo booth, Boon to join us on the main stage. Boon is the founder of Ubersnap, where he and his team help you capture and remember your event with innovative photo and GIF experiences. Transform your events with breakthrough services from the inventors of the GIF booth with holographic prints and the virtual photo booth for online events. Today, Boon will be sharing with us on transform your virtual events with a virtual photo booth. Virtual events are here to stay. Even with the return of physical events, many companies are looking at virtual or hybrid events for the future. To make it work, we have to address the biggest challenge of virtual events, which is to engage your audience. It is too easy for them to become passive if they are just watching a live stream. In this session, Boon will demonstrate our solution to that problem, which is a virtual photo booth. He can show how it helps you create engagement and how you can integrate into your events. Boon, please.
Hi, my name is Boon and I'm the founder of Ubersnap. We help you capture and remember your events with innovative photo, GIF, and video experiences. Now today, what I want to talk about is our latest new product, Cosmo. And what Cosmo is a virtual photo booth that we built just for virtual events. Now, for this video, I'll be walking through all of the different features and all of the customization options that you can have with Cosmo. But before I get into that, I want to talk about why we built Cosmo and what is the problem that we're trying to solve. Now, we know a lot of event planners, and so we know that the problems that they're facing when it comes to planning virtual events. And it is this, the biggest problem is this. When you go from offline events to online events, you lose a lot of the engagement and interactivity. So a lot of online events tend to be very passive, very one-way. It's just watching a video stream, and it can get very boring after a while. So the biggest challenge as an event planner is how do you bring back that two-way interaction, that engagement and the excitement to online events. And that is the problem that our virtual photo booth is solving. Now, there are two big advantages of our virtual photo booth. The first is it can work in any browser and it works on any device. So it doesn't matter if you're on your phone, your tablet, or your laptop, it will work. The second big advantage is that you can brand it in any way you want, so that you can really customize it according to your event. So let's jump right into the virtual photo booth. Now this is how it looks. Now the first thing I want to point out is that you will have your own custom URL for your virtual photo booth. So it's going to be on virtual.ubersnap.com/your event name. Now the second thing that is super cool is that you can embed the virtual photo booth onto any website. So if you're using an event platform, you can embed it inside. If you're creating your own website, whether it's with your own developers or with Wix or Squarespace, you can embed the virtual photo booth inside. So that it becomes a very seamless one-click experience. To give you an example, I'm going to be showing you our blog post, which is hosted on WordPress. And when you scroll down, you can see that our virtual photo booth is embedded right inside. So that is a super cool feature that can make it very easy for you to really integrate the virtual photo booth into whatever platform or whatever website you're using. So once I click on start, it will start the camera inside the browser itself, so you don't have to go anywhere else. So it is a super seamless one-click experience. Now you can choose from 3 different experiences: a photo, a boomerang, or a GIF. Now GIF is where we would take 4 photos of you and combine them together. Now the other thing I want to point out is that you can also customize how the virtual photo booth looks. So going back to the first screen, you would be able to customize the background image. You can change it up, you can change the logo, you can change the text, you can even change the button color or the button text. So basically everything that you can see on the screen right now, you would be able to customize. So back to the experiences. Now for today, I'll be walking through just the photo experience, but it's actually very similar for the boomerang and GIF. Now the other thing I want to point out is that you can also remove any of the options if you want to. So for example, if you're holding a very formal kind of virtual conference, maybe you think that a boomerang is not very suitable for that. Now you can remove it. So once you click on photo, you would be able to choose a frame. Now a frame is where you can come in to create your own designs. So you can create your own frames with your own logos, your own visual assets, your own colors, whatever it is that makes sense. And you can provide a few options for your guests to choose from. So let me just pick out this one and I'll click on start and it'll start to count down to take a photo. So once that is done, then if I like it, I can click on next and then I can choose a virtual background. A virtual background is a super cool feature where you can basically replace your physical room with any image. And then you can provide different images for your guests to choose from. So again, this is where you can come in to create your own branded images with your own logos or whatever it is that makes sense. So it's kind of like having a green screen photo booth, but without the need of a green screen. So it is a super cool feature that works super well. And it is sure to impress all of your guests. So again, you can pick up from different options. I'm just going to go with the first one. And then next is where you can choose a few filters. So I could maybe add a black and white filter if I want to. And then once that is done, then I can add stickers. So I could move the stickers around. I could scale them up and down. I can rotate them. I can even add multiple stickers. So one thing a lot of our clients have done is they would actually create stickers out of people. So they would take photos of people, cut out the background and turn them into stickers. So it kind of looks like you're taking a photo with that person. So it's a fantastic way to add a bit of fun and personalization to the whole experience. So once you're done with that, then you would be able to type in your email to get the copy of your photo immediately. Now, this is also the point where you can collect whatever data that you want. So say you want to collect the company names, the mobile numbers, we'll collate all of that information and send it over to you at the end of your event. Now, the other thing that you can do is that you can also customize the email that you send out. So you can customize the email subject and the email body. You can add images, you can add links. So there is a lot of options for you to really customize it according to what you need. So let me just quickly type in my email. And I will be getting the email pretty much instantly. So on the last page, I would also be able to click on the download button to get the copy of the photo immediately. And then I can also customize the thank you message. Right, so I can say, thanks for using the virtual photo booth. Please share it on Instagram with our hashtag or whatever makes sense. And then I can click on the home button to go back to the first page and start all over again. So that is how the virtual photo booth works. Now, one more thing I want to share today is our online gallery, which is what it sounds like. It is an online gallery where you can see all of the photos that everyone has taken. So it's a fantastic way to add a bit of a group, community, social aspect to the whole activity. Because now, as you're taking your own photo, you can also see what all of your friends and all of your colleagues are up to, right? So it's a fantastic way to add a bit of fun to the whole experience. Now, you can also embed the online gallery in the same way that you can embed the virtual photo booth. So I can click on any of the images to bring them up and have a better look at them, right? So one idea that we suggest is that, let's say you're holding a virtual dinner and you have a host. You can easily get your host to tell your audience, hey everyone, we're now at the photo taking segment of our program. I want all of you to click on the link or scan the QR code or open up the embedded photo booth right now. And I challenge all of you to take a photo. And then while that is going on, you can show the online gallery on your live stream. So while your guests are taking their photos, they can see what everyone else is doing. So it becomes a very fun photo activity. right? You can easily turn it into a photo contest by saying, I'm going to pick out the top 3 best dressed attendees and maybe send them a prize. The main point is that the virtual photo booth doesn't have to be a standalone embed. It can be integrated into all of your programs, your games, your activities. And there's so many different ideas that you can play around with. So that is what we can offer with our virtual photo booth. And now, if you have any upcoming virtual events that you think could be relevant for this, please feel free to reach out to us and we'll talk about what we can do together. So thank you so much for listening in, and we hope to talk to you soon.
Thank you, Boon. Wow, using a virtual photo booth to keep your attendees engaged during your virtual event is indeed very brilliant. I like the fact that it's not more economic, environmental friendly, because you do not need to print the neoprene thing, the photo booth picture. You can actually just do it online, and you can easily take a photo, do all your kinds of neoprene stickers there, OMG, and you can actually save it down and upload to your social media very easily. So it is now time for Q&A with our speaker, Boon. And for those who have questions about the virtual photo booth, you may simply click on Programs in the main stage, followed by the Q&A button for this session, and you will be redirected to the Pigeonhole Live link where you can post your questions to Boon. We will only be able to answer several handpicked questions from the audience due to time constraints. Don't worry if your questions are not answered live, because our speaker will still be able to answer your question real time via Pigeonhole Live. Now I'll pass the time back to Boon to kickstart the Q&A.
Thank you. So checking out the Pigeonhole, thank you so much for your submissions so far. So the first question is a super good question, and that is, how does your virtual photo booth differentiate itself from other pre-installed software like Photobooth for Mac? And just to add on to the question and to expand it further, how is it different from, say, getting people to share on Instagram? And I think there are 2 big differences for that. The first is this, ease of use, right? So when it comes to virtual events, one of the most important things is that you need to make things as easy as possible for your attendees to do. The more steps that you ask people to go through, the less likely any of them are going to go through it. So let's take the example of, say, using a pre-installed software like Mac Photobooth or using Instagram. Now, there are a lot of steps involved. So you would have to open up the software, whether it's Instagram on your phone, then you will need to take a photo, post it, and find a way to share it, right? So these are many steps that are involved. And when it comes to using our virtual photo booth solution, it becomes a very seamless experience because, first of all, it works on any browser, on any device. So it doesn't matter if you're using your laptop, your phone, or your tablet, it will work. You don't need to install any kind of software. So you just need to go to a website, or sometimes it can even be embedded onto the event platform itself, which is what we're doing for this event. So the simplicity of use is extremely important. And we think that it is one of the key factors, one of the key advantages of our virtual photo booth over any other solutions like pre-installed software or using Instagram. And the second big difference, or the second big advantage that we have over these other solutions, is the opportunity to bring in your own branding. So when you are holding your own event, you want to have your own branding. You want to have your own logos. You want to have your own visual assets, your own designs. That would not be possible with apps like Instagram or Photobooth for Mac. But with our virtual photo booth, you can, I think what I've showed just earlier on is that you can pretty much customize every single aspect of the photo booth, right? So you can customize how it looks. You can customize your branding onto the photo frames, onto a virtual background, onto stuff like that. So I think that is very key. And that is also a fantastic way to generate social media sharing, because now people are sharing about your event with your branding on places like Instagram, and that can be very important for you, depending on what your goals are for your event. So I hope that answers the question. Now, the second question is a super interesting question, and that is, what do you think are the new opportunities available for the future in virtual photo booth technology? Well, that is something that we've been thinking about for a while now. And to be honest, the whole virtual photo booth thing is very new. We only launched the product, I think, about 3 months ago. So we're very early on in what we think is possible for the experience. And like I said earlier, I think that virtual events are going to be important moving forward. And so we're going to be continuing to work on the features and the possibilities for the virtual photo booth. One thing that we're very interested in doing is allowing you to kind of take a photo with your friends. So let's say your friend and you're using the photo booth at the same time. That would be a way for you to kind of take a photo together. So that is one thing that we're interested in. The other thing that we're very interested in is augmented reality. So finding a way to integrate that kind of technology into a web-based application, which is what we're doing. So imagine having Instagram filters, the super cool, super cutting-edge filters, but not having to use any kind of app, not having to install any kind of app to have that kind of effect, but being able to do that using just a website so that anyone can just use it very easily. And then on top of that, being able to customize all of those effects according to your event and according to your brand. So these are areas that we're very interested in looking into down the road. Do we also do physical events? If so, how do we integrate the virtual photo booth into physical events? Yes, we have been in the market for 4 years now, and we started off by doing physical events. In fact, I like to think that we're pretty well established as a photo booth service for physical events. We were actually the first in the world to create the concept of the physical photo booth with holographic prints. I'm going to show you what I mean by holographic print on the screen right now. So what we actually do is that we come down to the event, we take gist of you with our photo booth, and then we will create this kind of prints on the spot. So I think they're getting pretty popular in the market today, but we were actually the first in the world to come up with this concept 4 years ago. So yes, we do physical events. That's where we started. And how can we integrate a virtual photo booth into physical events? And that is a very interesting question, and that is something we've actually recommended. So the great thing about the virtual photo booth is that it is so easily accessible. So one of our clients have actually asked us, they are running a venue, they want to use the virtual photo booth. And so the idea is that they would actually print out QR codes that people can scan with the phones to open up the virtual photo booth. And they just paste the QR codes at different locations at the venue. So anyone can come in and scan the QR code and start using the virtual photo booth anywhere they are. And then the great thing is that we can also print any of the photos or the GIFs that are taken with the virtual photo booth, right? So we can set up a printer at the corner so that after you finish scanning the QR code using the booth, you can then go collect your print from the printing station. So that is one way you can think about integrating the virtual photo booth into physical events. We think of it as a better version of a hashtag printer. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the idea of a hashtag printing, but what we're offering is, we think, an even more seamless experience to that. So let me just check out the other questions that are coming in. Was the virtual photo booth an idea that came about with the pandemic? That's a very good question. And the answer is yes. The truth is, this is an idea that we've had for a while now, but before the whole pandemic, honestly, there wasn't very high demand for any kind of service like this. So it didn't really make sense for people to want to use a virtual photo booth back then. But now we all know that, with the situation right now, things are quite different. And so we see a very strong response to the virtual photo booth so far. We've done events around the world, not just in Singapore, but in places like the US. We've done events with the EU. We've recently just done an event in Africa as well. So this is a trend that's not just happening in Singapore, but it's happening all over the world. It is brought about, unfortunately, by the pandemic, but of course, when it comes to any kind of crisis, there might be new opportunities as well. All right, so I think I have answered all of the questions that we have so far. So thank you so much. Back to the host.
Thank you, Boon Chin. Last year I went for the event at Tech Show 2019, and I still kept the holographic picture. I think it's an amazing idea. Thank you so much, Boon Chin, for joining us today once again.
Thank you so much.
Alright, events are where people meet and forge new partnerships and the beginning of new memories. Thank you Ubersnap for helping us capture moments like this and share these moments with other fellow ETS attendees. Scroll through the online gallery and perhaps you can catch my photo from the mix. Just got uploaded. Let's see if you can up your game to beat me in winning the cool t-shirt. Thank you Boon once again for your sharing and time. Not just curious, how many booths have you visited so far since morning? 3? 5? Or maybe some of you 10? After popping into several booths, you will notice that there are several booth layouts available. And yes, you are right, that different layouts mean that there are different things for you to discover. A special thanks to our exhibitors for boldly showing the world new ideas and innovation they have came up with. Allow me to introduce one particular booth type, the package-driven digital booth. On these booths, our exhibitors have gone an extra mile to craft interesting packages for your consideration. Some of these packages are even complimentary for you to try out, some of which are potential new additions to your business events, while some packages are self-upgrading costs. Another booth type is the program-driven digital booth. Even in physical trade shows, exhibitors will plan interesting activities at their booths to attract fellow attendees to visit at specific timings to learn exclusive sharings. To name a few programs, there is a virtual tour at Selavi at the top of Marina Bay Sands, 57 levels above ground, to enjoy the spectacular view of Singapore City. There are also several product introduction sessions from C-Square, Digital, Spiffy, Joby, and more. These are the hard work created and curated by our fellow exhibitors. Attend this program to find out more. Finally, for very wholesome exhibitors, they have a lot to offer, and you may find both packages and programs available in their elite digital booth. One more fascinating feature that we can share with you is the Attendee Briefcase, which is kept within your navigation device. The briefcase acts as a collection of all of the available packages, promotions, and deals that you should not miss out. For example, each attendee is eligible for an 1-hour complimentary space usage at Only You Space. So grab your chance today by booking your free usage now. Note that this promotion is actually only available to the first 100 ETS attendees who book the usage by the end of the year. Also, in case you missed this from the sharing of TY from Monster Day Tour earlier on, each attendee can use the discount code to book the virtual bingo tour to the Silicon Valley of Singapore at One North on this Friday, 5th of September. Well, the list can go on, so do check it out yourself. Now let us watch the following short video to have a quick overview of some exciting lineups for ETS 2020.